Good morning, everybody. It is a brand new day, day 7 on our journey on Genesis, new release for Ark Ascended. I am Exodus. Before we get started, I'll let you know I'm streaming live on Twitch right now at Exodus Rules, XODUSRULEZ. Please follow and share with your friends and family that might also be on Twitch so we can get some more follows. My goal is 20 to 25. And we are up to 15. So if you could, I really appreciate it. If you like my videos, you can also find some videos over there on YouTube at Exodus Files, XODUSFILES. Subscribe, share, and like. Just hitting that button for. Uh, it doesn't take any effort or time, but it means the world to me. Um, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. We had a major update last night, and I was up pretty late at night waiting for all the things to work out, all the bits and bobs and stuff like that to work out, and everything smoothly updated. You're going to see that the textures on some of our buildings have updated as well. Now, I've done a lot of gameplay in between the last part, but mainly just base improvement, and we also got some cementing paste. So we were able to build a couple more. One of the things that I did build was this beautiful little building out of CKF, as well as um, a little bit of structure from ASR. But CKF really has some gorgeous things to offer. We've got some. We've already got some beer going here, and I think I've got some beer jars. So let's go ahead and capture this beer so we can properly sign our refrigerator. Now, apparently, the new beer doesn't spoil, so we don't need a refrigerator, but it makes sense that beer is kept in the refrigerator. We're going to update um, this modded cosmetic skin that we have for this refrigerators by add text and icon is the cosmetic skin, add text and icon, and I use it on a lot of my storages. It's phenomenal. We're also keeping our jars in here, and I'd like to make some more jars eventually. I did find out something I didn't know, but I'm going to try to improve this section. I'm just really slowly doing it simply because, one, the floor doesn't match really the ceiling that we got going on. And two, I'm not sure what to do. It just seems like everything is just thrown here. And I don't like that. I like organization. Like this is for beer. Um, so one of the big things that we're looking to do today is we're going to go to a mission terminal and we are going to make some cryofridges and cryopods. We have to first get the resources for that. So we're going to go over to our resource area. Um, and then we're going to also make sure, actually, right now, yeah, I don't want to do too much at once. Uh, One thing I created just for fun a dino death trap. Um, Reason is we've had no once we've had our use of certain dinos and we've improved the line, we have no place efficiently. I usually use a lightning wyvern to kill them. We get the XP from it. We don't get the XP from this process. We don't even get the meat. I tried to make it so we can get the meat, but we can't get the meat. So what we do, we've made this death pit conventional, and I'm gonna try to throw it like right down in there. Well, he made it. She made it right down in there. That doesn't help our dino death pit. Uh, it doesn't help the illustration of our dino death pit, but basically you throw the dino in there. and a dino kind of just jumps around until it gets locked. But eventually, the dino's going to die. It's just losing health drastically. There's no way for us to really capture the meat from it or anything, unfortunately. I've tried many methods of sorts, but it doesn't work. Boom. Today, our goal is to get on board with some of these missions now. You know, because we're to the point. So we are planning something special. We got a lot of loot. We might do some more loot while we're out and about. We've got quite a few treasure maps that I am not going to keep these treasure maps. I'm not going to keep this treasure map. We're going to have to. We're going to have to kind of get organized today a little bit because now that we have everything that we need, now we get organized. Now we figure out what it is exactly we need exactly to do to beat this game. Okay? And the goal is to beat the game in 30 days. Now, our servers, which we're playing on the Rebel Circus Gaming Cluster, you can search us in the listing, REBEL space C. Our server is considered a 3X. And I haven't put out any ads in a while. I don't really love to put out ads. I like to keep our community small. But I've been putting out some ads lately because we've been getting consistent on. I mean, we have a few like hardcore people, and then we have the occasional person, and the occasional person is getting less and less. So we need some more occasional people. I've got a improvement. We're currently stat breeding the Megaloceros, and we have an improvement 321. I don't necessarily look at the stats when I have a prime already, which we do. We have an alpha prime. This is the best stat that we have. I just wait until we get the female up to that level, and currently, and make sure that female also, or that other creature is not a does not have a mutation, because we're stat breeding, we're not mutation breeding. We're also a little shy on our food trough here, so we're going to probably go get some of that. Not probably, we are. While we're waiting for the maturity to catch up with us a little bit on that one, we're going to go ahead and grab some more berries. I love using mejo berries in the food troughs because Mercury. I'm robotic. That's annoying. I'm clear, but I don't know when the audio is going out because I can't hear any other sound. Okay, so we've bred the Oviraptors, and then I'm going to probably reset. I think we'll leave the Oviraptor here for now. So one thing I absolutely hate right now and despise is the fact that we're having issues with audio. I don't hear the game sounds. I hear the Xbox sounds. So we did have a failure. This is still failing. So, I'm going to go ahead and reboot everything. Let's take a look at the Oviraptor real quick before I do that. 108 female. What we don't need is a female, but we're going to go ahead and keep it. Because an imprinted Oviraptor is very useful right now in several areas. So we're going to go ahead and keep it. Just bring it down here. Excellent. Now I'm going to go ahead and reset. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to reset everything. You guys can certainly see the struggle I go through sometimes with restarting. This is just something you get used to. Patience and persistence is key. Alright, now we have some game sounds. I have no doubt that we're going to have a failure in audio based off of what's already just happened not long ago. I'm going to take the time to go ahead and turn down that some of that game sound. what we generally hear is a lot of waterfall. We're built in a waterfall location. Alright, let's get our Oviraptor. Maybe we got a male. We didn't. We got 2 females. We're going to run them down here to where our trough is located. At the space that I'm kind of using right now. Now, despite anything that anybody says, Oviraptors you think are berry eaters. They're not. They're meat eaters. I think we're going to need some more meat, though. I'm going to go ahead and get some meat. And they can split a little bit while we go get some more. That really should suffice them, but I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that they stay fed. We're also going to imprint them, but we have to kind of remember we got that going on. Sometimes I forget. I don't love using raw meat in the troughs. I like to cook everything, but I do have a certain percentage going into our meat racks. Simply because we need raw meat at times. Alright, the other thing we have incubating over here is a Rex. I have a Rex on me. We're also going to imprint those 2 Rexes. We're going to need a larger space to do that. Or I might just hold out until I have more dedicated time to work on it. Let's go ahead and take a look to see if anybody's joining the event yet. I sent out a notice that there's a mini event going on this weekend. They can have all weekend to do it. Now, where to imprint these Rexes? I mean, here would be ideal. Trying to see if they have a trough up here. I thought they did, but I don't see one. Every single one of them have a trough. I mean, it could be this one down here. Let's see if this is reaching all the way over there. Well, I guess these are in the circle. Well, I don't love our options. I really don't. So, and I need to eat. Let's check our Megaloceros. Not nearly on time yet. Still have food in it. Our Oviraptors probably don't have food, but they're about to trigger at 10%. Interesting they haven't eaten yet. Maybe they just haven't lowered down enough. I know they eat meat though. it is. See that? They ate all the meat at the same time. Alright. Let's go out here, possibly, and see. We have a bunch of stuff out here, but I don't know if we have a trough out here. We don't, because if you notice, there's no indicator that there's a trough. We do have a trough up here. I might raise the Rexes right here. You don't immediately see a trough here, but if they need a walk, I can always move them someplace else. But the trough that's in close distance to them is this one here. We don't have any meat in it, so let's go grab some meat. I'm probably going to move those Hesperonychus somewhere else and just leave that for... Let's go get some extra meat. I like using cooked meat for everything. Troughs and feeding. So, we've got plenty of stacks. We're going to go up, and first we're going to feed our Rexes. Then we're going to pop some food in the trough and add the Rexes as a Alright, so that's what's going on. Okay, so... Okay. We don't have a meat trough. So let's go get one. And we'll actually put it down there with the Rexes. It was a clinger trough, so let's see if we have another clinger trough in the storage. If not... we'll make one. Alright, so what's cool about the clinger trough is it actually keeps things a little bit fresh, a little bit longer. We're going to make it a meat trough. We're going to put meat in it, and then you can actually include or exclude certain classes. So we're going to include that's range. Edit feeding list. Add dino to the list. The very first one usually is the one that you want to do. It notices the ones. So, this is kind of an inclusionary list. A white list, if you will. I'm trying to gauge whether or not 85 is enough before I walk away. So far, the audio sounds pretty good. Let me double check the stream. I do apologize for the robotic voice earlier. I'm going to start checking that. I'm trying to listen for the waterfall. Not sure if it's coming through. Well, I think I hear it. Not sure. Not sure if I can hear. Maybe you guys can let me know if you can hear the game noise. But for now, I think the audio is audio's working pretty good right now. It's been an absolute nightmare to set up the audio. I might look into some much better equipment, unfortunately. I am running off of Xbox, so I am limited to what I can and can't do, but it doesn't mean I can't possibly set up a good system. So we do have a plan right here, which hasn't come to fruition yet, and I do have a plan right there, but I really need to know how much space I'm going to put here. It's a good possibility we might really cover it, like bay this in. Because the new update supposedly removed all the feral creatures from this area. So no high-level sharks. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful, pristine. We have a tidal pup out here. But I don't know how empty it is either, because there's an alpha meg. We have some resources down here. That's a nice little dunkel that we could possibly tame. There's things and tames and stuff. There's a Cryptoclytus. I think to tame these bad, I don't know what you do. I think you kill them for calamari. Let's go ahead and kill this and get some freaking calamari, eh? Very cool. All right. That's a resource we actually need to tame the Cryptoclytus. And that's that was the obelisk squid that's part of the Evo, their water mod. So we're gonna put it in here because we're gonna make sure the distribution is set up on both of them. One of them is raw calamari, and we have that currently going to the grills, and raw prime fish meat, which is going to be different. So let's exit out of here, send it. Now we're going to get cooked calamari, which is part of one of their recipes. That's a pleasant little treat that we didn't expect this morning. That's awesome. We have a nice looking, what looks to be S dunkel down there, or it could be X dunkel. Probably an X dunkel. Alright, now that we have cooked calamari, let's make sure our distribution menu works for that. It would be under cooked calamari. There you go. And we're going to put it in one of these bins for now. One of these VS bins. Sometimes it's very difficult to target. We're going to put it in a prime fish meat bin. Just one. And send it. Alright, that's fantastic. I tell you what, since playing Atlantis, I've enjoyed the ocean tremendously. Now that it seems like the weather event has cleared up a little bit, let me see if I can give you a clear look. Also, let's see if this ladder works. That's going to be huge if the ladder works. Yes, it does. Oh, please don't get foggy on me. I came all the way out here for this, guys. Look at it. Look at our build. I would say it is maybe 85% done. Because if you notice those buildings, I am going to have buildings that look like that all around, like little things carved in. It could be stone, could be wood, but they're going to be all over the place, every single level. Coming up with ideas and plans on what exactly we're going to use that space for is not an issue. We're going to have that space for trophies, tributes, dermises, all kinds of things, like some way cool things. It's going to start with buildings that look like this. I put a lot of time and effort into each building. In fact, I may improve our greenhouse a little bit. Let's check on our Rexes. We've got four things we're imprinting. We're imprinting the Rexes right now, which we have 10 minutes left on. And they're halfway. They may run out of food, but whether they starve or not is something completely different. But we're going to not risk that. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit more food on these bad boys. I'm going to split 97 food between the two of them. That should definitely get them there. Alright. We're starting to step up into gear as well. Can I pick the bed up yet? Cannot, can only destroy. So one of the first things we're doing while we're waiting is we are going to get some ASR gates, or railings I should say. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go get a ton of stone. It's a stone run. My weight's okay, which is okay for the Doedic. So let's do a stone run. Now there was a Doedic out here. There it is. There's our girl. There's our girl. This is unimprinted. Not imprinted. It's not unimprinted. But this is not imprinted, so we're not optimizing, and really we could get an imprinted Doedic and do better, but I'd like to go get a Stiggy Moloch. Oh, there's so much to do today. So much. See, we're not getting very much before we're overweight. We're going to make a lot of trips. The reason we're not getting very much is because we're also getting sand at the same time, which we don't want. We're going to improve the weight. And I have to step away for just 2 seconds, so give me some time. Sorry. I guess you're all caught up on the melodic sounds that we were listening to right there. I'm back. Alright, just double checking that our audio is still live. I do hear the in-game sounds, the ladder's working, and we're currently getting some stone. That's where we're at. Distribute, we're gonna... So many things to do, so many places to see. Our main goal today, one of the main goals today, is to get some bees. We got to get a honey production going. That's probably the last structure that we absolutely need. Maybe I can get some help to try to locate some. They are not on our gene scanner because they're not, well, they should be on our gene scanner. Let's take a look real quick. Usually under the G. I don't see giant. Let's go queen. How about B? Okay. Probably because I don't know. I really don't. But it's going to make life a little bit harder because there's not that many that spawn on Gen. It's in the bog. Not sure why we have this out here, but we're going to go ahead and pick it up just in case it interferes with something. Not sure what we were making. It's okay. When you have a tribe of people that all do something different, that have different ideas and thoughts, you just gotta roll with it. I don't think anything's here but that rock up there. There we go. We're overweight, probably because of sand. The sand kind of disappears a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and roll on over and unload. We could really do like 10 times the amount with a decent Doedic. So many Doedics over in the Arctic that we could have tamed. We might actually take the time a little bit today to go get a better stone gatherer. I personally love Stygimolochs. We can take the ship as well as these maps and maybe go find a Stygimoloch population. I doubt, honestly, that the Stygimolochs are going to be on any other because I programmed them. And I don't think, I hate to say it, I don't think I've programmed them anywhere else except for the ocean. So it's not like we have to travel somewhere else. Go ahead and get rid of the sand. No more harvestable rocks up this way, right here. We have quite a few things raising right now. We have Rexes, we have Oviraptors. So let's go check the Oviraptors real quick. I don't really want to miss. They're only one imprint. I'm fully convinced now that our audio issues are strictly with my controller. Cuddle, that's an easy 100, and Cuddle, that's an easy 100. Let's check our food for our 2 babies that are raising. 3 babies that are raising. Good. Megatherium, 24 minutes for a rebreed. Nothing over here. Rexes are going to be next on our list. I think what just popped is our Discord economy notification. Every day you can pick up some extra coin through a few commands, and I have been lacking in that. So let me go ahead and catch up on that. Also, if you're just joining us, I am Exodus, and we are on the Rebel Circus Gaming Clusters. This is Day 7, Part 1 of our series. I live stream our entire experience. Oh, the Rexes. You're going to see some good, you're going to see some bad, you're going to see some struggles, and you're going to see a lot of not-so-struggles. Let's see if we can actually walk something here. It's going to take about 5 or 6 imprints for these Rexes. We don't want to waste any food. They are already on the trough. They may eventually need more food. We do not have a pull system. This is not meant to be an easy server, but it's not meant to be an extremely hard one either. The quality of life mods we do have are simply there to improve maybe slightly the experience. They're not meant to kind of replace basic logic and functionality. It does make the game go a little bit longer, like I had to run down there instead of being able to pull what I need. So they are going to take 5 imprints. 25% would be 4 imprints. Anything between 25 and 20 is 5. Let's unload, deposit, go get some more. Alright, so, like I said, we could definitely go get a better Doedic from the Arctic region. I said the next time I go over there, I'm going to go over there with primitive fur gear. I tend to like to run with pure fortitude. I got a decent fortitude boost, but you know, for survivability, there's other things other than fortitude that you have to be concerned with. Health, speed, stamina, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We're not making a lot of things that need sand. About one more rock. Let's get these over here, or at least this one. I saw a donkey down below. I didn't notice the, and I probably should. Let me go down there and see the level, because we might be missing out. Now, I have a Stethecanthus, it's just not on me yet. There's an Alpha Meg over there. There's an Electrophorus. that's coming after us. We're not wanting to get stuck in the water with the Electrophorus. But we can't kill it. We can't kill the Alpha Meg, but we can kill... I mean, we can, but... Where'd that Electrophorus go? He's gonna sneak up on me. I know he will. I don't see him. There he... Is that him? No, that's something else. That's a dolphin. That tameable dolphin? Level 10. Not really wanting to do that right now. I don't know where that Electrophorus went. I'm not... There is another alpha, but there's an obelisk squid over here. So we're going to get that. Alright, so now that we're blinded, and we have no stamina, we might fall prey to something. Let's get up here and see if we can get... Nope. We're going to have to find dry land quickly. I'm sure those Alpha Megs have got me in their view sights. We never did get Diadema, which we had some out there and they're pretty easy to tame. Let's see if we can get that other ob squid. Fighting a turtle. There that is. Let's go around everything. Try to find that other ob squid. A lot of dangerous stuff that way. I don't want to mess with it. Don't want to mess with it while we have two. We have all kinds of dolphins. I could throw a Rex out here and we could have some fun with it. Maybe. I want to take them out. I'm kind of on ground here. But I want to take out the alphas. Can we get their attention? Something. Not sure what hit the water. It sounded weird. Are they going after all these tide pups? One of them's aggroed on me, not the one I was facing. If we can lure them in close... Audio just Audio just flat out sucks for me. Why are these not fighting me? Gonna have to keep an eye on the oxygen level. I need them up here like this, so I can do my stomp attack. We're definitely not going to let him get away. One down. This is not going to take that long. Decent. Let's park our Rex back up here. Use what we got. We're kind of... We've kind of changed what we're doing a little bit because we're starting to explore this ocean. There's another Meg, but I'm more interested in the Dunkel that's down here that looks like it's just completely stuck. The 121. There's another Dunkel over here. 55. Gonna keep an eye on that Megalodon wherever he went, so we can't really keep an eye on it, I guess. There's a turtle. Nadaria. Ziffa, Nadaria. Kind of boring. Let's go back to doing what we were doing with the I was hoping to find some things we could play with. But nada. We're gonna keep the cake slices. Keep the meat. We're gonna keep it all. Let's just put it right back on the Rex. And the Rex will unload at our crane. Put all the stuff where it needs to be. Whatever's left over, we might just grind up. Add a couple more levels to that. And let's go get some more rocks. I'm trying to keep these streams to 2 hours, so I am monitoring our time. Dane, hey, thanks for joining and following. I appreciate it a lot. Sometimes this Dodic is actually really good at harvesting rocks under the water because it moves very swiftly, very, very swiftly. Much faster than on land. It's got a rolling feature that you can get from point A to point B, but then you come out of the rolling feature once you... We're going to load her up and get the sand out, and usually we have about 2 more rocks we can do after that. We're going to try our luck and try to get 3, maybe. Nope, just 2. And if we're too much overweight for rolling, not accessing the inventory, then what I do is I'll go ahead and whistle for it to follow. Nice little tide pop. I see no names are coming up for some reason. Oh, there it is. 287 tide pop. Decent. Or it's something like having a really, really low health tame to get these tide pups. For instance, I can try to lower the health of this bad boy, but you can see it's not helping. I've got something else on me I can just kind of throw away. Let's see if we can lower the health of this dude. He's here to help out, for sure. If I have to go get a saddle for him, then so be it. We'll lower the health down to like... monitoring. What is taming food? That's the question, I guess. Let's go get some. We have some mutton. So he goes to sleep and then he's tamed. So let's try mutton. Hopefully he's still around. Probably is. Hopefully he is. Where'd our Dodic go off to? Okay. So right now we're out of taming event, which means the max that some people can do right now is, or the max our servers are 319 now. We were in a taming event where everything was 330. We don't want to kill it. So he falls asleep, and just to help out the process. This is very nice. Very nice. We're going to monitor. Repeat the process. He's going to help. He's going to basically fall asleep. Right there. Adding a little bit of health to my creature. I want to make sure not to put him in death. That's as far as we're going to go. He's going to heal. As soon as he's ready. There he goes. He's going to fall asleep because it makes him tired. Repeat the process. He's awake. Dino's healed. Let's hit it about 5 times. That's as far as we want to go. It's a glorious mechanic. I mean, I'm loving the mechanics of some of the passive tames. I really am. So, 2 more feedings. Monitor the health. Making sure that tamed. Done. Now, we'll go ahead and put that away. Audio is going to kick off with a lot of problems now because of the rain. We're looking at 1 hour and 20 minutes. I usually do a 2-hour stream, take a break, do some chores and stuff like that, and come back. In the meantime, let's get a couple more rounds of stone. I was in the process of being inspired to do one of the final builds that I have left. Which is the top of our structure. Top of our base is going to be my personal space. I am the builder. I get the largest. I'm usually not that picky. But I have to say, I'm pouring a lot of effort into a fantastic build. And this is our rotating map. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep it yet or not. So, with that in mind, it's definitely going to be up for 2 or 3 months, for sure. But whether we keep it or not is going to be something we decide later. Right now we have Valguera as one of our stable maps. We have the island as one of our stable maps. And we have Estrellos as what we consider a more map on request. And this is financed by one of our esteemed community members. Those 3 maps provide an awful lot. This provides X creatures, which will not be on any other map. This provides tech creatures, which will not be on any other map. So there's a whole lot of reasons to keep Gen 1. But the fact that the map is a struggle is where we kind of lose people. I personally like struggle, but when you have the availability of navigating the map fairly easily on other maps, and then this one's kind of a chore, it's questionable, although it's way more stable than Lost Colony. Looks like another spam account. I don't quite understand. They're probably, you know, just like anything, spam accounts are what they are. Spam accounts are what they are. We can't help it. And they're everywhere. I just don't quite understand why. Holy cow, did I use all of our stone? I think I did. Got some cactus sap. Let's go ahead and turn that into clay. We've got some preserving salt. Let's go ahead and make that. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use... I'm gonna make one of those. The next big purchase, and it's gonna go here, is gonna be the Mega Lab. It's gonna replace our chem bench. Way more efficient. We can optimize a lot of things. So let's take a look at it. Let's make 100 polymer. We got the cementing paste now. Always make another 100. While that's crafting, we're gonna go ahead and make the Mega Lab. The gene storage was the next thing we were getting. I think that's our next purchase, unfortunately. Then the Mega Lab. Alright, gonna go look at chats real quick. think we're going to hang around the base a little bit, and let's take a look to see what options we have with this pup. We got a health buff. So, some kind of cool things. Let's look at what the gene scanner is now. Or the gene. Very soon we're gonna have enough here. We're approaching 190 out of 220 needed. Makeshift Mega Lab. Sorry, Makeshift Mega Lab is definitely second. So I'm gonna try to reroute. I'm going to try to reroute my audio because I really feel the setup I have is what's causing the audio to go out, and that's my main issue right now. I can definitely tell. I've learned to tell when that is happening. That's our next big purchase right there. No, we can't craft it yet, but it's our next big purchase. Honestly, we can get rid of the chem benches after that, or use the chem benches in another capacity. Makeshift Mega Lab is probably going to have its own room, but I would love to keep it down here. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Like, here's a possible solution that I can route the hallway out here. I'm kind of liking the idea behind this. I can route the hallway around. I can move the preserving bin and put these two things over here. I'm just trying to block off. Let me grab some walls and get a visual. I'm trying to create another room of sorts. And I'm starting to get an idea here to where I can do something like this. That creates a place right here. I mean, that creates a space that I can use something like the preserving bin over there. That can be one position, like right here. And And that'll extend that out even further. Not sure if I need a vault for anything here, but this might be a great space for the Mega Lab actually. Once that finishes making. Very close. I was gonna say, like, any minute is gonna pop. Alright, beyond that, we have some other structures that we're going to look at. We have the tinkering desk, never use it. We're not going to use the Steam Forge because it needs element. And that's a structure all on its own. But we're going to have to make this eventually, right here. We're going to also have to make the Warbench. And I also want the Blood Forge. Which may not come until we have the ability to use a replicator, which may not come until we beat Motor. Alright, so Tinkering Bench and Warbench are the next two big purchases. The gene stuff, I'm going to develop this area up, but the gene stuff will probably be over here. I like this setup, but I like some conventional ways as well. Like, I'd like to have air conditioning. We're going to place a light or a lamp over here, and then we're going to place the gene pod over there. The makeshift Mega Lab, it almost just doesn't fit down here. But I like it to be here. But to be fair, I might put it in here. I plan on increasing the space coming out here. Now it's not going to fit in here. And it's not going to fit there. I made a great space for that. But that doesn't mean I can't rebuild this space right here to being compatible with the makeshift Mega Lab, which I think is only four spaces. which means all we have to do is just find a new space for this stuff right here. But I need to verify how big the makeshift Mega Lab is. If that's the case, that's a perfect place for it. I can get rid of the chem bench down here. I usually have it near the pantry simply because it does use material out of the pantry. Oh wow. I made too much. I made way too much. Alright, so we're going to put... This is the place for substrate, so we're going to put that there. When we do get a Nakatina with the veggie cakes that we're very close to making, we'll be ready for the next step. Alright, let's see what I can move. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to be able to store all of the salt. That was a lot of salt. Well, so far it is storing it. Ideas, ideas, ideas. Yes. Makeshift Mega Lab's almost ready. I'm going to verify that it is 4. We're going to place the gene storage first, and then we're going to come back for the makeshift Mega Lab. The Warbench is also going to go somewhere, but this is strictly for breeding, and this is where we're going to keep this. That doesn't fit, but this is where I'd like to keep it. Let's not forget that we have Rexes that are raising too. So we're going to have to look from the side to make sure that we're not going any weird stuff. Why does it feel like it's in reverse? It's not. Perfect. Powered. Ready to go. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Let's go up and take a look at our Rex to see if they're ready to get the next imprint. I am highly anticipating the request for kibble. We're going to pick up anything for a request for kibble. Prime meat jerky we can do. Cuddle we can do. So far so good. I'm going to pick it up though if it requests kibble, and then hopefully we can maybe make some. At least the kibble that's not... there's where all the salt went. Prime meat jerky, right there. We're going to take 5. Put it in our hot bar. We will resort it after. Go up, imprint our Rex. We're probably approaching hour 30. We've got about 3 imprints left on our Rex. But the exciting feature is now we have a bench that I think is 4. But we're going to double check. So you can use the flooring right here or that and see whether or not it looks like it's exactly 4 or 2. So it should fit in this space rather nicely, but we have to move this. And hopefully I can pick it all up. Very close to not being able to. I have no permanent place for it quite yet, so we're going to place it here. Apparently I have more of them on me. Why the ASR storages are in there versus in here, I don't know. That's why I keep making more. Alright. The bigger deal in the whole situation is this right here. So let's pick up the walls. We're going to redo everything here. I do have a structure gun that makes this process a little easier. And something broke. I'm not sure what it was. There was something there that broke. I think it was a light. That's what it was. It was a light. Okay. So now with this, we're going to place down four ceilings. We're encumbered until we're not. That's the philosophy. We're encumbered until we're not. That's pretty deep, but we're going with it. I really want to keep this kitchen area kind of what it is. I'm starting to encroach. Encroach is the right word, I think. Starting to encroach a little bit on the space that we have below in our kitchen area. Must be a really high audio time right now because we are having issues with it. Great, that's what I was wondering. If it would allow me to place both a roof, and it does. So with that in mind, what I don't want down below, so I'm going to go ahead and push this up here like this. I am going to have the gables there. But let's put the makeshift Mega Lab there first. That's what I expected. We don't need this. We don't need this down here now anymore. So we'll pick it up. Okay. This is definitely in the wrong place. This should be next to our fabricator. Why I put it next to the cementing paste, I don't, or where the cementing paste is made, I don't know either. The fabricator is going to have more space, but I'm gonna let me double check what I'm gonna do. One, I need a storage box over there, definitely, to house the weapon traits that we get. We can't name them yet. That's something that has to be fixed in the dev kit. We do need a drop box. I'd like to make a full drop box for this location. We need a drop box with that as well. But I'm thinking of moving this down just a hair that way to the right. Like pressed up right against it. Like maybe even overhang if it allows us to. Because I'm going to put a wall here just for reference. I don't hear anything right now. Okay, it's still there. Just for reference, we're going to put that there. And we're going to put the darts in. We're going to use our yeah, I heard the audio go out. And I can do about it. I think I like the wall, though. I think I do. So we're going to go with the wall on the other side. I don't want it to come out too much. And I don't necessarily love the angle, but what I'm going to probably do like I wanted it to go way up there, but they don't have something like that. I would have to make this really wide. I can see what it will do. I've got a lot of weight on me, and I can't use very much more. But the problem is I still don't think I'm going to reach where I want to reach. Well, come on. Why are you being naughty? Alright, someplace else. There. That's what I wanted. Alright. So that's the issue right there, is that final little area. Kind of really okay with what's going on here. In fact, I could probably extend it out. I have to think about it, but I don't think I have the room for it. Like, that's the point. If I extend it out, I won't have what I need there. I have to, like that right there would be ideal, but it's going in the wrong direction. Let's just take a look. Let's make some more. Take a look at what the options are here. Because sometimes you just got to build to see it, and right now I just don't see it. So in my mind, we're going to need at least 10. When we're done with this, we're going to drop off all this weight and think about what we're going to do for the rest of the day. See, to turn this, This is where I'm kind of getting lost a little bit, I think. So I can't have it flat out. I need to turn it inside. It turns outside, but I need it to turn inside. But maybe 3 out is what I'm having to do. That's the inside that I was kind of looking for. And it's... See, this is the issue. See, I can do it from here. I can do it with this build. But I don't have the space for it. So... I think we're left with a single... I can't do 2 out. Let's see what it leaves us out here. Leaves us with an awkward triangle that we can't do anything with. Actually, take that back. He has a alternative. It's called a right triangle. That's it, right there. Watch this. Well, it's gonna let me place it. That's what we need there. Look at this. That's what we needed. Kinda. That's what we needed, though. But I can't do that. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I need a point. They have a steep concave. Let's take a look at that. This is supposed to be for this sort of situation, I think. It's called it's a roof cap. So let's see what it offers. So far, I'm not understanding what I'm seeing. I'm trying to. I really am. I'm trying to grasp if I can apply this. This is 2 different caps that we can do. Alright, the cap off the side like that. If I can attach it to this. Just doesn't work. See, this is a cap, but then it leaves a space. I'm going to place it just to see if there's something I can do about it. If there's something I can fill the gap with. It almost seems like a regular... I mean, that looks like a quarter. Almost seems like a regular gable will go there. I don't think it does. Let's take a look at this too. There's a right triangle of this. That's the right triangle that I was kind of looking for. Does it work for this roof? That doesn't work. How about the gable? Trying to understand what I can do here. I mean, this looks like it helps fill in the gap a little, but it's not quite. Let's flip that around, and let me take this down, and then see what we have off of that gable. It looked like it was doing something. Let's see if we can work with it. I want a steep gable though. I think I can work with this. I think I can work with this. Do I have a steep gable on me? I've got a thought and I've got a picture in my head. So if we build straight up from it, like that, let's see what it looks like on the other side. If I can make it look. Well, I think we're going to have to work with it, unfortunately. I think this is what we're going to have to work with. Do I like it? Not in the least bit do I like it. But I can't get a point. It's kind of an unusual roof cap. That's just simply not made yet. Let's go ahead and see if we can close this in, maybe with something funky. Might have to keep with the steep. I don't know. Let's well, this is straight. So, might kind of do this. It's going to add a different effect. Can we put both? We can, but we have to go off of here. that's different. That's got kind of like a cool little effect going on. But unfortunately, I think in order to get away with this, we're gonna have to do this. And then what I'll probably do is do this. And we'll put the smithy that I lose track of. We'll put that there. We'll put the storage, extra storage that we need right next to the fridge. BS is in here, that's the wrong place for it. We have a lot of stuff on us here. Go ahead and put this stuff in here. This is all WAF, but I'm keeping it in here for now. We're gonna put the BS and base game. Loot, we're just gonna grind. That's Clinger, we'll keep it. No, that's base game. That's Clinger. That's TSW, we don't have a station set up for that yet. TSW doesn't really have a whole lot to offer. They only have one station, and that's it. That rotisserie, to my knowledge. That's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and complete this. If we have a quarter wall, which we do, we have one quarter wall. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. We don't have anything to fill that gap quite yet that we were looking at. I have to think about it. I have to think about how to fill that. If we had quarter... No, I just have to think about it. I will do something for it. That's a steep angle. Triangle would be really awesome. So, unfortunately, I don't think I have anything, so I might put like a little something fun to look at there. I don't know. We're gonna have to explore what we have in other things. Alright, don't have the gables on us anymore, and we need one or two more of the roofs. Two more roofs. And then we're kind of finished with that space. Not steep, regular roof, that's a regular roof, and gables. We have perfect number of gables, but we need one more roof. Right there. They say the devil's in the details. When it comes to me, the game, I know I'm going to play the game a long time, so I enjoy spending a lot of time on this sort of stuff. I think I'm going to move these over there. It's a perfect place for them. I'm going to probably build a little cover for it here, and that's about it. This kitchen area is really kind of coming together. Nothing more is really going to be added, but I would like to add and represent some of the other mods, regardless of whether or not we plan on using the stations like the rotisserie. But that's not something we're going to worry about today. Today we're worrying about just the setup. Let me go ahead and take a look at our Twitch stream. We're about 10 minutes over what we were planning. I see we have 2 viewers right now. Whoever's joined, it's probably somebody I know, but let's see. Yeah, whoever's joined, let me know in chat who you are. So I'll say hey. But we're going to end this stream. Part 2 is going to come. I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to do some things around the house. Got some work to do, IRL. But I should immediately be back. I'm going to check these real quick. Mejoberry. And then we're going to end it on that. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for joining me on part 1 of day 7. We'll be right back for part 2. Well, right now it just doesn't seem like it's wanting me to end the stream. Or I guess we're going to force end it. It is not allowing me to end the stream. Maybe something with the Xbox network. Alright, I will see you in a bit. I'm just gonna exit the game.